Hi guys, welcome to another Let's Drive Japan. Today we have a 1990 Nissan Silvia, and this one has the CA18 engine in it. It's turbo, so come take a look. So twin cam 1800cc, turbocharged, completely stock, except for amazing heat shield, customized.
The zip ties really make it. Also, the grounding kit.
Oh shoot.
What is with Japan tuners' fascination with these grounding kits?
I don't know, and here's a sticker that I've never seen before. It says you have to use high octane gas. Okay, let's close the hood, and I'm interested to drive this because I've never driven anything with a CA18, and I've never driven an S13. Can you believe that? So let's take a look around it. This one has been repainted in a blue color, and Derek doesn't know how to close the door. Wait a second, that was you that parked this.
I think so.
This one has been painted into a Nissan blue. I believe this is the LM blue. Do you know about that, Paul?
Yeah, it looks similar. I mean, it looks like a aftermarket paint of what's supposed to be the LM blue.
This is the standard rear spoiler. The front end is standard. I guess it has aftermarket wheels, you could say that, because front ones are the originals, and they're basically racing slicks at this point. There's no tread left on them.
Yeah, they're flat.
And
also, it's got a Mines sticker on the back. Now, we're not thinking tuned by Mines, but it's cool that it has a Mines sticker on the back.
it has been tuned. You just get the sticker and then it counts as tuning. Tuck.
Get the plastic.
Oh, I can't do it.
Putting the plastic out of the way.
It's so ugly
The
when
fender
that
liner
happens.
is knocked out.
You can do it. You can just bend it in there if you want.
It's just plastic.
Oh, but I'm not good at it.
You need to hit it with your
That
palm.
was my regular car reviews voice, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, Silvia, drift bro.
Okay, interior. Is that the stock seat, Paul?
The one on the passenger side is.
I don't know why, but every time I see those seats, I'm like, eee. And then I sit in them. They're not bad seats. They just look weird.
They do. I think it's because there's nothing to like break it up, right? It's like just a solid piece of gray carpet.
And I love like
That's how it
the
looks.
tweed style material that it is, right?
Yeah, it's really cool because in the S13s, like even in the US, the 240SX or the 200SX in Europe, they have the same thing. And I think it's nifty. What would be really cool is to do this video, and then later if we can get like a 96, like a 180SX Type X or something, the later model one, because we never sold those in the States.
Do they have?
And people can see how the interior
We've
has changed.
sold some before, but I don't know what's different because I don't know the cars well enough.
Seats are different, dash is different.
Anyways,
gauge
let's
cluster's
drive this
different.
one.
Yeah, let's go for a ride.
Okay, let's go for a drive. I'm so excited that I get to be the first person to drive this, because then you get to go the way back and get lost. Yay! The seat's not adjusted the way I like it to be. Does that matter?
I don't know.
Oh,
I would think so. I can't drive with it's all weird.
it's not easy to adjust because I think this seat,
Is it passenger seat?
yeah, this one's supposed to be a passenger seat, I think, because the adjuster is on the inside. Okay, go by the elementary school.
Now we're videotaping lots of kids. That's illegal.
Is it?
I don't think so. No, not in general. I think if we were sitting out there in the back of a truck with,
Okay,
a mustache.
engine's all warm.
Right.
Before we start this one, whose car is this one?
This one belongs to Mr. Garcia, who let us have it. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia.
I'm hot. Can we turn on some AC?
It's roughly working. It's like a little low on food, I think.
I'm gonna take it right here. Okay, so you have a lot more experience with these cars than I do. As I said, I've never driven one before, and so this is gonna be my first time. I like the idea of it. Small car, decent amount of power, rear wheel drive, cool looks, in my opinion. And so I think that it's going to be a good car. Decent amount of power.
One thing everyone always thinks the C18 is slow, but it's not.
Let me take a left here. Okay, so tell me your experience with these cars.
Well, they're my brother's favorite car, and so he had an SR built one in the States for a while, and I love these things. What is that? Oh, it's the
I see what it is, but I don't know
temperature date something meter, I think. I don't know what that thing is. It's like an aftermarket volt wave clock. I think that was an alarm.
It has three things. It has a clock, outside temperature, and voltmeter. And I don't know why it was beeping at us.
Anyway, so yeah, I love these, and I like them as circuit cars, which is rare. I mean, I think people see S13s or, you know, any of the chassis, the 180 or the Silvia, and they think drift car, which I think is kind of a shame because these cars make phenomenal circuit cars. A S13 chassis won World Time Attack this year.
I didn't know that.
Set a new record at Sydney Motorsports Park. Yeah. So.
We're doing red light cast at the moment.
Yeah.
I refuse to stop. That's why we're creeping forward a little bit.
Just gonna roll.
I never come to this light, so I don't know how long it takes. So it doesn't get power really until after 3,000 RPM, which is a little bit late compared to most modern engines.
1.8 turbo.
You can feel the turbo come on, but it's not like a big kick in the butt. It's sort of like a gentle butt push.
Yeah, but that's really easy to fix. Just bigger turbo. Or the cool thing about having the JDM ones, the right-hand drive ones, or any of those, is that the SR swap becomes much easier.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to do in a left-hand drive car, but in a right-hand drive car, everything just bolts in. You know, computer and wiring harness included.
The sign on the car in front of us says "Akacha no temasu," which means the baby's riding this car. And I want to go this way now. It feels like it wants to be driven quickly. This is the kind of car that if it were mine, I would probably get speeding tickets for. And I've actually only gotten one speeding ticket in my life, and it was last year after I'd been driving for like 15 years. Never gotten a speeding ticket, and I got one, and I was like, oh, I wanted to tell the police officer, I've never gotten a speeding ticket, and I want to continue not having speeding tickets.
Please don't give this to me.
But I couldn't explain that well enough in Japanese.
The cool thing about this car, which is why you get into trouble with it, I think, or why a lot of people would, is that it's like you can feel that it's a lightweight FR car. Like you can really tell that there's very little that you're driving around. I really like that. Like, you know how some cars betray their weight? Like they feel heavy or they feel light, and they really are or aren't. This car, you can really feel, you know, how light it is.
That's a terrible shift, Derek. Bad job. I'm going to let you go for a spin pretty soon here. Which road should we turn on? Everything seems to work good, though. Like, the steering is good. The hitting the lady, she's deciding if she wants to cross the street.
Yeah.
Look, a tuk-tuk. Sweet. And it says IKEA.
This is an IKEA one. That's interesting.
I don't think it's actually IKEA. I think somebody just loves IKEA so much that they have to put it on their tuk-tuk. I've never been down this street.
Yeah. I think you're putting me into...
Typical Japanese street.
We're in a little tidy neighborhood.
Okay. See the little spots on the ground?
Yeah.
The circles?
Are you telling me, or are you telling the people at home?
I'm telling you,
oh, okay.
Also to the people at home.
Yes, I see them.
I'm going to let you out. Or let you drive now.
Back to the lot.
After we've gotten past the dangerous spots. You don't have to go directly back to the lot.
I feel like it'll be too long of a... Oh, we're running into each other.
That's why you're supposed to go in the front.
Sorry.
One thing I
I
didn't mention this, but I really love about cars, especially Japanese cars from the 70s until about the 2000s, is that you have this leg position where your legs are almost straight from the seat to the pedals, where nowadays you've got kind of like driving like this. You did the same thing with the clutch.
Yeah, well, I was trying not to hit the car that pulled up right on our tail end.
Trying not to?
Yeah, jerk.
Yeah, jerk. How dare you pull up behind us?
He was like right on us. Wasn't nice at all. So yeah, I agree with you. Seating position. I kind of miss this. Even sports cars now don't sit like this.
You had a Fairlady. Did it have a seat like that, or was it more like the modern? Yours was a 33, right?
I've had a 350 and an S30.
Yeah, so the S30 is really much like this, right?
Yeah.
And then the 33 too?
No, because it's like the new thing where you sit way down in it and the door is like up here by your shoulder and it feels like you're...
Right.
Yeah,
so
it feels
new
like
cars
you're...
are...
Yeah, way
you
inside
can't
of
look
it.
out the windows anymore.
Right, like if you want to ride with your hand.
Like remember we drove the 660?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like that.
We had to do this when we were cruising. Are you going to get lost?
I'm trying to.
You know, it's funny. Somebody in the comments said, damn it, they didn't get lost in this video. In one of them, the RX-7 one.
Yeah, so what I wanted to do was just drive down. I've never been in this part either, so since some people enjoy that, I think we can do 50-50. Occasionally, I'll just pick a direction.
Get lost half the time and then
Do you think
not
he's
get
gonna,
lost?
Yeah. He's going to let us go because he's a nice person?
No, it's because they like the car. That's what I do. I only let people go if I like their car.
Is that a ruckus?
Yeah.
I love me some ruckus. They're so cool. Okay, now I'm going to try and make our way back towards that road. Look at that.
What are those?
Smarts?
No, they're too small for a Smart. They're
The
like
Fiat
the
version?
one-seater Nissan ones. Is
Or
what
the
it looks like
IQ?
to me. They kind of look like a G-Wiz, don't they?
Yeah. Huh. How interesting. There's weird stuff back here.
There's an Odyssey. Hello, Odyssey. You know what I love about the Honda Odysseys here in Japan is you can get like ones with 20-inch wheels for like $1,000. Oh, that's what you think it is? A smart car?
This is
Oh,
smart.
it probably is.
They're right here. We're at the dealer.
I see.
It's the teeny one. The 4.2. For two people.
You know what's funny about the Smart dealership is it doesn't have to be very big when the cars are that small, hey?
Right. Where are we on this
Take
road?
a right
I mean,
here,
right, yeah.
and then take the next right at the next lights.
I know. Yeah, I got it.
McDonald's is to the left there. Hey, look at the
Exit.
fall trees in Japan. Perfect.
And traffic. Now we're going to have traffic up and down this road the whole way back. So
No, we won't. You get to go downhill, and you get to go fast, and you get to feel the engine too.
Oh, now we're getting over because
Oh, that's why we have
construction.
traffic. Construction. Okay, did you hear about that sinkhole in Japan?
I did, and I think I've been messed up this whole time. I'm going to fix it.
Oh, mine's
with
way down here.
Scruffy noises, and that was probably very annoying. Andrew's going to be so mad at me.
Yeah, so the sinkhole in Japan, it was like giant, right? You saw the pictures? Mm-hmm. Like giant as in you could fit 15 cars into it. It was about the same size as the Corvette one in the Corvette Museum.
It did,
from
except
like last year.
this one was in the middle of an intersection.
Right, and then they fixed it within 6 days. And then, like, I saw this on Facebook, and everyone was like, if this was the UK, it would take 10 months to fix that.
Yeah, same thing back home. Like, the thing that makes me laugh about, I don't know if it's like this in Canada, but in the US, if there's an accident, like on the highway, or at least around Atlanta, it takes 4 hours for them to move two cars who have lightly tapped each other. It's ridiculous.
I think Japan is kind of, I don't know. If there's an accident on the highway here in Japan, it takes a long time to get past, but that could just be because so much traffic volume comes to a stop there. Even if they clear it in 20 minutes, it just takes that long for everyone to get going again. Ashtray.
Yeah, overall,
Cigarette lighter.
I like this one. It's clean.
You didn't get to go zoom though.
Yeah, it's alright.
Do it. After you turn right here, you'll get to go zoom. Past the Maserati dealership that we saw the Bugatti at.
That's pretty cool.
That was really cool. Turn around. Gotta go see that.
I was like, have I ever seen one of those before?
I haven't even seen one in a car show yet. So.
And we're going right here. Please move just
Yep,
a
you can
bit.
fit
You got it.
because S13. So most of my experience in these cars is just driving them in a parking lot because we buy the cars, right? And then you have to park them. And it turns really sharply. It's one of my big takeaways from the car before I got a chance to drive it. because of the four-wheel steering in the back, right?
Right.
Does this one have four-wheel steering?
No, these don't. I think only the Type X does.
You can get them in like the Type X is exclusive to the 180S.
Sorry. Yeah, the Silvia, I don't know how it breaks down. I think it's just options on this.
The Silvia, it's an option.
On the Ks?
And the Qs, on both. So the Qs, in case you are new to the Silvia scene, the Qs means queens, and that's a non-turbo version. The Ks is the turbo version, and that means kings. And there's a version called the Js, and I've actually never seen one ever, a Js version. But those ones are non-turbo as well, but one step down from the Qs.
An even baser one?
Yeah. And the CA18 engine, the non-turbo, you can get in the Skyline as well. One of the only 4-cylinder Skylines. But once again, I've only ever seen one ever of the 4-cylinder Skylines. We get people asking that all the time, right? Like, I want to buy the 4-cylinder one because they think that they can get it for less.
Way less.
Little to know that less than, 5.5% of them out there are the 4-cylinder ones.
Right, it's really hard to find one. Are you not going to give me
Sorry,
turns?
you just drove by.
I thought it wasn't going to let me turn for a second.
Okay, you get a chance to go now.
Yes.
Show that Maserati dealer.
Yeah, so you can feel it kick in. Like I said, I don't know, I really like these cars. I would buy one of these for a race car project, like, in a minute. But I would feel like I was stealing my brother's car, which is really weird. And so, we're going to go down the middle of the road here, like, go around him.
They're faster than an 8.6 though, right?
Yeah.
And everybody loves the 8.6, and nobody complains about how slow they are, and they really are slow.
Ooh.
I'm telling on you.
Yeah, that was... I started to put it into first a little early there. Leaning my hand on the shifter. Here's the thing with the SR too, which I think is interesting. I love the SR motor, but in the US, because so many people are doing SR swaps, people have started to underestimate them because they act like they're played out. You know, that whole, like, everybody did SR swaps.
Really?
Like, there's such a good engine. I love the SR20. I think it's one of the best turbo engines.
I never knew that
you
people
can buy,
think
period.
that it's played out.
I don't know. That might be like a drift scene thing, but yeah, it was a thing I read from time to time, and it just used to blow my mind because that motor is nuts. I love the SR, and this is just a small step down from that. This doesn't have the aftermarket support though.
The CA18?
Yeah, I mean, it's got some, but not like the SR's got, right?
What do you want to do though?
I'm just saying, like, if you want to do like cams and turbo
You'd
kits.
be able to do cams from Japan, I bet. But if you wanted to go faster, just bigger turbo it and customize your manifolds.
Build it.
Yeah, do it
Build
yourself. It would be cool to see somebody do a CA18 build instead of the ubiquitous SR20.
We should go look it up and see if someone's built a really nuts one.
I'm sure
people
someone
have.
has. There are some really cool like 7Ms, like 700 horsepower 7M engines, right?
Yeah.
And most people swap over to the 1J or the 2J.
Look at that yellow OD. That's a cool car.
Not funny.
Anyway.
That was the same joke that I said like yesterday.
We're just going to keep making it.
Facebook.
We're just keep making it. Anyway.
That'll be the end. Thanks for driving around with us.
Bye.
Bye-bye.